So hey guys, what's up? It's me. I'm back. I did a video yesterday on the Canon camera app, so that you can, you know, use the app with your Canon camera. But today I'm gonna be making a video on the two best lenses that you can get for your Canon Rebel T7i, that are under $400. So yeah, these are the only two lenses I have for it, but I have the Canon 10 to 18 millimeter and the Canon 50 millimeter f1.8, the new STM version. It's not the old one, because the old one makes a lot of noise. So yeah. So the reason I chose both these lenses is because since this is a crop sensor, the 50 millimeter looks more like an 80 millimeter, and the 10 millimeter, it's super wide. It can look super wide. So you can zoom all the way out, from 10 mil. You can zoom all the way out to 10 millimeters, but then you can zoom into 18, so that if you do want to get a nice depth of field, you do have that nice shallow depth of field. You do have that ability with this. So yeah. This does at 10 millimeters, it is what is it, f 4.5, whereas at 18 millimeters, the lowest it can, it's not the fastest it can be, is 5.6, f 5.6. So yeah, this lens is super silent because it is a wide angle, so it doesn't really have to focus much. Whereas with this thing is kind of loud, but it's definitely worth it. If you're gonna get a camera, prime lens is definitely recommended, because you can get some amazing bokeh with this lens, because it does open up all the way up to f1.8. So yeah. So here's my Canon Rebel T7i, and at least I don't have a pancake lens, because the pancake lens does look kind of dumb, but they do work. So I'm gonna put the 50 millimeter on, and you guys will be able to see what it looks like on there, and I'll put the 10 millimeter on and you guys can see what it looks like on there too. All right, so this is what the 50 millimeter looks like. It does look, it's not a zoom lens, so it is a prime lens, but it is really kind of shrunk down. So if you're gonna do any like on-the-go photography and you don't want to have to switch out lenses, like if you want to just have a fixed focal length, and you plan on moving in and moving away from your subject in order to get the right depth of field and the right focus and everything, I definitely recommend this. But if you're lazy and you want to sit down, I'd recommend a different lens. That's not a prime lens, but this lens looks absolutely amazing. I'll shoot a video right now, and I'll put it in the video. Alright, so now that you guys have seen those pictures in that video, you guys can see that it really does have a great shallow depth of field. Shallow means like everything's super blurry, whereas deep means everything's in focus, kind of. So quick thing, the lower aperture, so the f1.8, the wider the lens is open, which creates a shallow depth of field. So if you get like f1.8, f1.4, the background is going to be super blurred out. Whereas if you get a f like 5.6, it's still going to be a bit blurred out, but it's not going to be as blurred out as f1.8 or even f like 2.8. So yeah. Now this lens here is great for like vlogging, doing video work when you're in a tight space, and even for like unique photography. If you're a car guy, you can get up right on the corner of a car and you can get the entire car in frame pretty much, except for the top and the bottom and stuff like that. But this does open up really wide, so that way you can get the like the widest. That it goes all the way to 10 millimeters. But it's one thing that I wish that the 50 millimeter has is that this has image stabilization. You guys can see that this does have image stabilization, so it's not going to be, you know, super shaky. But it is a wide angle lens, so yeah. So what else is really cool about this is that I've gotten some really unique photos where if I didn't have this, I couldn't have gotten them. But it does distort things. You have to keep that in mind. It is a super wide angle lens. It's 10 millimeters. It does distort things quite a bit, actually, in like portraits. Let's say you're doing portraits with it, and landscape photography. It can make it look a bit weird around the edges. But it's not a fisheye lens. But yeah, I'm gonna take some photos and take a video with it so that you guys can see what it looks like. Alright, so this is what it looks like on the camera. It does look a bit big, not as big as like a telephoto lens, but it looks much bigger than the 50 millimeter, and it's much heavier because there is more plastic on the body, so it is a bit more front heavy. Keep that in mind. You'd probably, if you're gonna vlog with it, you're probably gonna want to put like a GorillaPod on the bottom or something, which is probably what I'll do when I get a new GorillaPod. So yeah, it does not it doesn't block anything. Obviously, it's a lens. It's not meant to block anything. I don't have a lens hood for either of these lenses because I thought, hey, so I'm gonna get a camera that's $600 on Amazon, and I'm going to get the two best lenses for my needs. So that's what I got, and probably I'll get lens hoods and stuff like that for my birthday if I get any money. Anyway, so this lens, it's super wide, first of all. So 10 millimeters looks like this. Like, you guys can see how close it is to the webcam, and yet still. Yeah. So I'll take some videos and some pictures with this lens so you guys can see how wide it actually is. And they're all going to be taken at 10 millimeters, and then I'll zoom all the way into 18. All right, so that's what it looked like with the pictures and the videos. Those are around my office. Actually, most of them were like a couple feet away. My webcam is probably about 3 feet away from me. So you can see how wide it actually is. When I zoomed in, you guys could see that was 18 millimeters. When I was all the way zoomed out, you guys could see that there was a bit of distortion, but there's no vignetting, which is good because vignetting does look kind of bad, unless it's a film style you're going for. Anyway, so these two lenses I would definitely recommend if you're gonna get two pretty cheap lenses that can do amazing things for what they're good at. You know, this one's not known for depth of field. You can get decent depth of field, decent shallow depth of field at 18 millimeters, but this one is Bokeh King, and it's really good with a nice shallow buttery depth of field. I can't really film much of myself in my office with it because, yeah, I need to be like 5 feet away for me to even like be in frame and not have my head cut off with it. I'll film that so you guys can see what it looks like, and yeah, So thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I need to work on the outro too, but so you guys will see the 50mm lens filming me in my office. So yeah. Alright, so quickly, I will leave the Amazon links to both of these lenses and the Canon Rebel T7i in the description below. They'll be at the top of the description along with my Instagram. I guess I have 2 Instagrams now. But yeah, so yeah, just if you want to buy them, if you guys want to buy the lenses, I'll leave the Amazon links below, and I will leave the Rebel T7i body link down below.